stay a while and listen.
What's going on, guys? Today I will be showing you my 2000% gold find Barbarian build. Now this is a very unique build, and I'm going to be going over all the aspects of this build as far as gameplay, skills, equipment, and just go over some extra things with you guys along the way. So the first thing I'm going to go over is the gear. So for the gear, I'm using two 6-socketed lemmed crystal swords, and this gives you a massive amount of extra gold from monsters. And just so you guys know, your mercenary is going to be doing all the damage here, so all of the gear on your character is just going to be for more magic, for more gold find. And I'm using the Immortal King's helmet with 2 lem runes, and I'm using a rare Warcry's Barbarian amulet, which I was lucky enough to find something like this. It's very unique. As far as an amulet goes for this build, I would suggest you find a Barbarian amulet that has Warcry skills on it, such as a 3 Warcry skill magic amulet or something like that. It's going to be really expensive for you to find a really nice Barbarian gold find amulet, so I would really suggest to just find anything with some Warcry skills on it. Then you're going to be using Wealth as your armor. It has 300% extra gold from monsters, 2 Dwarf Star Rings, Gold Wrap, Chance Guards. Then you're going to be using the Infernal Stride Boots, and the reason for that is because it has some extra magic find from the monsters, and I really like the 10% the maximum fire resist, because you're going to be doing Travical and the Hydras from all the council members. It gets really annoying, so this is probably the best choice for a gold find Barbarian. Now as far as your inventory goes, obviously I would have the Ani and the Torch. I don't have an Ani right now because they're so expensive and there's barely any on the market, but I would go with that and then just get 1 Geeds. You want to make sure you have a Geeds for that extra gold find, and then get all Warcry skill Grand Charms, and also you can get some 10% extra gold find small charms if you can come across those. Now you could go with 1 the Warcry skill Grand Charms that have gold find on it, but those are going to be very hard to find and probably really expensive. And in this video I'm just going to kind of go over the basic build with you guys. Nothing too crazy, and I'm not really like that personally when it comes to builds. Everything does not need to be perfect for it to work well. And then for my mercenary, there's a few different choices here, but I believe that this is the best choice to make the runs go fast and smoothly. The first thing you want to have is Crown of Thieves. This one is ethereal, and I put another lem rune in it to get some extra gold from monsters, and it also has a life leech mod, so I think that's really nice for the mercenary to get some life back while he's doing all that damage. I don't think there's any other choice besides this one for this build. Then I'm using an Ethereal Fortitude and a Breath of the Dying Warpike. A Breath of the Dying Warpike is one of the most highest damaging items in the game as far as rune words and uniques and things like that. So I really think this is probably the best combination for this build as far as getting things done quickly and just everything running smoothly. But if you really want to try it, you could get something like a Bone Hew or a Tomb Reaver and put some lem runes in it. But then as you can see, you actually can't use it because I don't have enough strength. You would have to put a foul rune in your helmet. But if you really want to try and get some extra gold find from your mercenary, you could put an Ethereal Wealth on him and get something like a Bone Hew or a Tomb Reaver and just put lem runes in it. But you're not going to be doing nearly as much damage as you would with a Fortitude and Breath of the Dying. Also, the Fortitude is really going to help out with the survivability of your mercenary, and I cannot stand when my mercenary dies. Alright, so now I'm going to go over the skills with you guys, and the main points that you're going to be putting in here are for your Warcries. You're going to want to put 20 in the Shout, 20 Battle Orders, 1 point in the Battle Command, and 20 points in the Warcry. I cannot stress that enough. Warcry is going to be the main part of this build. It is your survivability and your mercenary survivability, and it is the main skill that you will be using throughout this entire build the whole time. So definitely make sure you have 20 points into that, and the Warcry skillers definitely help out a lot too. And as far as combat skills, I put 1 point in the Leap. I really don't even think you have to do that. I would recommend just save that point for something else like Iron Skin. But as far as my combat masteries go, I put 1 into increased stamina, 1 increased speed, 1 into iron skill, and then I put 20 points into natural resistance. Now the reason why I did that is because this equipment that I have on has pretty much no resistances at all except for this amulet that I have, and this is what my resistances are sitting on right now. But thankfully my fire resist is maxed out pretty much, and then that'll help out against the hydras when you're doing the council members. And then if you have any points left over, I just put them in the iron skin. And as far as your attributes go, I don't even think you need to put any points into strength or dexterity or even energy. You can probably just put all of your points into vitality. If you are wearing something that has a strength requirement, you need to put some points into strength, do that. But I didn't even have to put any points into anything but vitality, so that was really nice. So the first thing you want to do when you get to Trav is just cast your battle command, then your battle orders, and then cast your shout. And then switch back to your Lem crystal swords and make sure that you have your war cry skill ready to use, because this is going to be your main survivability skill for you and your mercenary. So when you get up to the council area, you want to make sure that you go straight up to the door in the middle. Sometimes there will be council members here on the left, and what you want to do is just come over here and stun them real quick, and then come right here to the middle of this door. Now what that's going to do is that's going to allow for the monsters to get trapped back there, but at the same time you'll be able to stun them while they're back there. And I would suggest that you just slowly use your war cry skill. Don't burn out all your mana because you will go through it really quick. Just every few seconds cast your war cry and make sure that the monsters are staying stunned so your mercenary can take them out. And also the life leech from Crown of Thieves will be really good for the mercenary to heal himself up. But if you have to, just throw a healing potion at him if you really have to. You can do that by holding down shift and then clicking the number that your healing potion is on. But it's really important that you stay in this general area right here during the whole fight, like I said, so you can trap the council members back there and stun them at the same time. But if all the council members aren't in this area, just do what I did when I first ran up to the area. You want to come over here, and if there's monsters over here, just come over here, war cry them, stun them out, and then run back over here to the door. That's if they spawn over here. But like I said, for the main part of the fight, you want to stay right here at the door and just slowly cast war cry. And that's basically all you have to do. As you guys can see, I got a bunch of gold from this, and it's also really good for a little bit of magic find on your character, because you'll get some magic find here and there from Immortal Kings and Wealth and other items like that. There's the 2000% gold find barbarian build. New Diablo 2 videos will be right here every Monday. Make sure you guys keep up with Diablo 2 content and subscribe, and I will see you guys on my next video.